Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining today's show. Had Zach Boren from Boren Brothers, the president and CEO. Had a great show today. Was awesome to have him on. Shared about his journey after his playing career and how he's developed Boren Brothers into a dynamic company.
So, Zach, on the show, you told us when you took over Boren Brothers, when you took over the waste management side, it had $9,000 in revenue. How did you grow it? How did you scale it into the company that it is now?
You know, when I first took over the business, there were two driving factors, I think, in our success from where we went then to where we are now. Number one was culture. It was, what are you going to build that's going to attract people to want to come work for you? And what are you going to do to get people to buy in once they're here? Because so many people nowadays in the workplace just care about, working their 9-to-5 job and getting their paycheck at the end of the week and, providing for their family. But what can you really do that sets your business apart from everyone else, that attracts the best people in their trade at those positions and gets them to buy in and want them to go the extra mile for you, knowing that they're representing the company? And then the other thing is, when I took over the business, being in the service industry, my dad says the only thing that you have is your customer service. From a customer standpoint, from gaining business, customer service is it. That's what's going to set you apart. Everyone, multiple people can provide the same service that you are, but what sets you apart? And so that was a huge driving force as well, knowing that there's such a main focus on customer service and taking care of people and treating every customer like they're the most important and giving them the best possible service that you can and going the extra mile.
So we talked a lot about, you've been in business now. It's a family business. You're integrated with your brothers together with the two other businesses they run as part of the Boren Brothers. What have you guys done internally to hold each other accountable?
Yeah, so there's plenty of things that we do, but, being an athletic family and coming from a football background, there's obviously a lot of competition. And so with my dad being very smart and putting all three of us boys as presidents of the different companies, we come together once a month and have a quote-unquote board meeting. And this includes our entire family, includes our CFO, and then normally another outside person. And during this time, it's, you're given an update on your company, how they're performing. You're also given an update on future sales and future things that are coming down the pipeline. And then the big thing is you're going over your financials from the previous month. And that's the part where obviously a lot of competition comes into play, because as brothers, you obviously want your company to perform the best. You want your company to be creating the most revenue and the most profit, because, another thing, one of my favorite quotes is the top number is an ego builder. Right? Anyone can pound their chest and be like, man, I'm a freaking $10+ million company, which fortunately that's what we're going to be this year, right? I can pound my chest and say I'm a $10 million company this year, but really that doesn't mean anything, because you want to know something? The bottom number is what changes lives. And I didn't drop that when we were going, but it's a thing that my business coach has always taught me, right? Is that the top number is an ego builder, the bottom number is a life changing. And so that's the biggest thing, right? Is how do you perform at the bottom? How much money are you bringing in? How much profit are you creating? Because the more profit you make, the more you're able to provide to your employees. The more nicer, newer trucks, things you're able to buy. So there's a lot of competition during those board meetings for that.
That's great.
All right, so you gave me the high-level answer to my last question, right? Culture, yep. Customer service. You came in, you had one driver and $9,000 of revenue. How'd you grow the company? So the biggest thing was I first started, my dad handed me a Yellow Pages book, and I started calling people, and quickly realized I was getting somewhere. But being from an athletic background and like to be around people and talk, I started just pounding the pavement. And I hired an admin, so as I was pounding the pavement, I was getting orders. I would just call her, text her the customer, address of where everything is going, size, pricing, things of that sort. And really the customer, the face-to-face customer
service was just huge. And I think that's what separated us from everyone else, because, the Waste Management Republics, Rumpke's of the world, they don't know who their representative is. They don't, they've never met anyone from those companies. Those people are just like, hey, they're calling on you, they're cold calling you to get your business, or, things of that sort, because they've got so many phone calls they have to make in a day. Whereas in my standpoint, I'm the president of the company, walking in, giving you my card, giving you my cell phone, and saying, hey, I'm here for you, 365 days a year. This is the service that we're going to provide. And as president of the company, I'm going to back up my statements by making sure that customer service is happening.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today, Zach. It's a great episode. Zach's story is really, really incredible. And hearing about his family dynamic and a lot of that stuff was well worth the listen. Everyone should go out and download that full episode. If you're looking for Zach, you can find more about him at borenbrothers.com, BOREN, brothers spelled out. I think your personal cell phone, home address,
everything's
social
on there.
security number,
Yep.
It's all on there.
Just go to Phil's house. I'm like a couple down from him, so you'll be able to find it.
Yep.
As for Phil and I, you can find the Shrimp Tank anywhere you get podcasts. Got to figure out how to say podcasts better. Wow. Yeah. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Anywhere you get your podcasts, you can find us. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel so you know when those new episodes drop. For Phil and myself, for Zach, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big